Sirens sound off amid India-Pakistan standoff. Countdown to unprecedented drills. India prepared, not panicked.
This is a mock drill that has been started, and in fact it is something new for the students here. The attempt is to make it as fast, simulate in a way that tomorrow when there is a real life emergency, absolutely no time is wasted.
See a lot of civil defense people and also the normal citizens out here. This is just the rehearsal. The mock drill is gonna be more and more serious.
Gear up for pan-India drills. Bharat braces for battle. That is our top focus on NewsTrack.
Good evening. You're watching NewsTrack here on India Today. I'm Akshita Nandagopal. We're getting you all the details you need to know about the mock drills that will be kicking off in just a few hours from now, cutting across the country in several districts that have been identified by the government. Details coming up on which parts of the country we'll be seeing these drills in, what manner of drills, and also the government's latest video that's been put out on what's the purpose of these kind of civil defense mock drills being conducted across India. I'm Akshita Nandagopal. Let's begin. All right, let's put the focus now on the mock drills that India will be seeing come tomorrow across the country. What exactly are we referring to when we say mock drills will be conducted? You're going to see air raid siren checks. What that means is that sirens will be sounded off tomorrow as part of the mock drill. It's something that usually is sounded off during a time of high alert. So tomorrow, you're going to be seeing a check on whether these sirens work and what kind of response also it triggers. Secondly, implementation of blackout protocols. Essentially, homes will be blacked out when there's an alert that's put forth. The idea is to ensure that when there's a communication that, look, you need to switch off all the lights in your home, it's done. And this is when jets fly by to ensure they can't identify which really are civilian settlements. The third measure really that will be taken up is to train civilians in self-defense measures, self-protection. That really is the big focus. So what this translates to and why it's being done is to ensure that there's no panic, there's no fear, there's a clear protocol in place and that people know exactly what is to be done when we talk about self-defense and self-protection. Camouflaging of vital installations. What that means is your defense structures, your nuclear power plants, your major power plants, seaports, all of that is protected. There's clear protocol established here. This mock drill is essentially to check that all of those protocols that are in place are well practiced and everyone knows their role in camouflaging these structures. Now, camouflaging national monuments if war escalates. Again, an important aspect because while we talk about sensitive installations, national monuments, also identity of the country will be protected. So India is ready for all aspects for any escalation and to ensure that every single important structure in the country stands tall through any escalation. Updating evacuation routes. Now, this is important again for civilians to know what to do in the case of an emergency. Make civilians fully aware of evacuation protocol, of evacuation routes, and also of safety zones that have been identified by the government. Safe zones. Where do civilians go to ensure they know all of that and which way to go in an orderly manner without any chaos or panic? All of this is the mission that is being sought by conducting these mock drills. So, several measures that the government looks to go forward with by going ahead and conducting these drills. Here's a look at what to expect come tomorrow.
As India-Pakistan tensions escalate, India is getting war ready. And it's not just the military. The Indian government is preparing civilians too. The Ministry of Home Affairs has directed all states and union territories to conduct civil defense exercises across 244 districts on May 7th. These 244 districts have been identified as vulnerable to various threats. These districts have been divided into 3 categories based on threat perception. The drills will include the activation of air raid warning sirens, will test blackout measures in key areas including residential sites. The primary objective of the exercise is to test and strengthen the civil defense system in the event of hostile attacks. Border town Firozpur in Punjab has already conducted air siren drills.
Today in Firozpur you can hear the test sirens are being done here in Firozpur to be sure that tomorrow everything goes well. Well, Firozpur is a border district which has a great border along a great running border along Pakistan, and you can now see the test sirens being done in Firozpur this time to ensure that everything goes smooth tomorrow.
Metro cities have already started preparing civilians for emergency situations.
And that's the siren, that's the alert by the civil defense. You can clearly see the voice which is coming out. Okay, that's the voice coming from the siren. That's the voice coming from the siren. As you can see, the speed, the volume is increasing. The volume, as far the volume is increasing, the people are getting like now the picture number 2 out here, where you can see a lot of civil defense people and also the normal citizens out here. They all are here lying down, closing their ears. You can clearly get the sense. Cameraman Gaurav showing you the visuals from here. The pictures, the exclusive pictures from Ground Zero, India Today TV is showing the atmosphere out here. And I must mention here that this is just the rehearsal. The mock drill is gonna be more and more serious because currently the civil defense people are being trained at Ground Zero to protect themselves from any aerial attack coming from Pakistan.
Right now I'm on the Dal Lake, and as you can see, the SDRF is doing a mock drill where different scenarios are being seen, and the effort is to send this message across to the people that they need to be prepared. Now, as you can see, this is a drill where a shikara has capsized and people are in water. So this is they're showing how those people need to be saved. Now, while the NDRF, the SDRF have the equipment, but they're even showing how people in their homes using whatever is available, they can use that to save lives.
This nationwide mobilization brings back memories of full-scale wars with China in 1962 and with Pakistan in 1965 and 71. With Samarth Srivastav, Mir Farid and Vinay, Bureau Report, India Today.
Mind you, this is a directive that we're seeing of a mock drill for the first time since way back in 1971. And so the Home Ministry has ordered all states to carry out coordinated security drills tomorrow. Now Delhi, the national capital for obvious reasons, is in category 1, which means the highest level of threat perception. So you're going to be seeing extreme, extensive drills taking place across Delhi. Delhi stepped up its vigilance. There's heightened security measures already in place, which had kicked off right after the Pahalgam terror attack too.
As tensions between India and Pakistan reach a boiling point, the country braces for the worst. In an unprecedented move, the Union Home Ministry has directed all states to conduct security drills on Wednesday, the first time since 1971. The national capital is on high alert. Ahead of the drills, civil defense teams and police carried out rehearsals today. Residents will be moved to metro stations in the absence of bunkers in the capital.
So when you hear these siren rates, what happens in many countries, the people immediately run to the subways, because right after the air siren rates, you barely get a few seconds, and that's an alarm. And immediately when the evacuation orders, what happens in these countries, that people immediately rush to these subways or the basement. These areas can also be potentially helpful during the mock drills. If there is an air attack, if there is a projectiles come in, rocket attack, or the fighter just targeting the installations, the people can also, as it happens in many countries, the people can also take shelter in these subways, because they are extremely strong. And as we see the lakhs of the ton of the weight passing through over it, these areas also work as a safe center.
Security has been visibly ramped up in key areas of Delhi, including Connaught Place. Barricades are in place, vehicles are being checked, and drones are monitoring from above, all part of a heightened state of vigilance.
इस वक्त हम लोग मौजूद हैं दिल्ली के कनॉट प्लेस इलाके के इनर सर्किल में। यहाँ की आप अगर तस्वीर देखेंगे तो अंदाज़ा लगाया जा सकता है कि किस तरीके की तैयारी है, किस तरीके से अलर्ट है प्रशासन। आप देखिए इनर सर्किल में दोपहर के वक्त वर्किंग डे में आप यहाँ पर बैरिकेड देखेंगे, और बैरिकेड पर आपको पुलिस नहीं बल्कि आपको सीमा सुरक्षा बल बीएसएफ के जवान यहाँ पर तैनात नजर आएंगे। बीएसएफ के तमाम अधिकारी, पुलिस के जवान भी यहाँ पर मौजूद हैं, और साथ ही साथ बीएसएफ और सीआरपी के जवान यहाँ पर मौजूद हैं।
To further bolster preparedness, a long-range acoustic device or LRAD has been brought to the Delhi Police Headquarters. LRAD is capable of making announcements over a kilometer. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Modi met National Security Advisor Ajit Doval today, second time within 24 hours. With the threat of conflict looming, India is bolstering its shield, signaling that when it comes to national security, there will be no room for error. With Ashutosh Mishra and Himanshu Mishra reporting from Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
So in Delhi, over 50 locations will see these mock drills being conducted in Delhi's upscale areas like Khan Market and Vasant Vihar. You're going to be seeing mock drills taking place, and there are specific instances given of why there could be a drill as well. Now, we're also going to be seeing it happen at the Indira Gandhi International Airport in Delhi at Terminal 3. Because obviously the airport is a high security zone. They want to ensure all necessary protocols are in place. It's not just in Delhi, but the national capital region. Across Gurugram tomorrow, you're going to be seeing these kind of massive drills being conducted, as well as the administration in Haryana also has highlighted that in Gurugram, there will be extensive mock drills taking place. But the focus will be on the national capital. Right after the Pahalgam terror attack too, we did see some security measures being taken in the national capital, highly sensitive zone. And that's why several locations, over 50 locations in the capital have been identified. This includes several schools as well. Over 10 schools in Delhi have been identified for these drills tomorrow. Now, we've taken this from advisories given by the government, which is why this is your one-stop tracking destination of what you need in your residence. Let's begin with the basics. You need a torchlight. This is also an emergency light. But in case you have a torch with you, ensure you have enough batteries. Stock up on them. Have spare batteries as well, like I've had here. I've kept a handful of batteries with me. Now, ensure also a first aid kit. This is basic, and I'm sure a lot of you may already have it. You keep a first aid kit with you in your residence, and inside the first aid kit, ensure there are enough number of bandages. Also ensure this is disinfectant. Like I said, this is for emergency situations. Obviously, you ensure that you stock up on water. You stock up on water and ensure you have enough bottles of that for you and your loved ones to last a certain amount of time, so that you minimize how much time you really step out for. Now, besides that, we've also ensured that besides torches, you also keep candles and matchboxes with you. Now, this is in case of complete blackouts. Remember that even if you have an emergency lamp, power goes out, you can't recharge this. Your batteries run out. What do you turn to? You turn to candles, which is why it's important to have these. I'll continue getting you what else we have here. We've got a number of perishables as well, but essentials at the same time. You've got rice, you've got wheat flour, we've got also, a lot of dals and the likes, which last, which don't perish immediately. So you've got sugar, you've got milk powder as well, because getting milk will be a problem at such a time. Also because you won't have enough stock of it in stores. You don't have to repeatedly step out. Milk powder is the way to go. We also ensured, based on advisories, that you keep dry fruits, etc. with you, because again, these are easy to store. You can keep them in large quantities in your residence. So all of these non-perishables is what you keep in your house so that you don't run out of stock. You're not in a panic and you don't have to step out unnecessarily. A couple of more aspects that I'd like to show you here. Now, we spoke of blackout measures. What do we mean by that? Well, essentially, you switch off the lights in your home, but also a cloth, a blackout curtain. So when you have a black cloth like this, you can put it up, pin it up on your windows and ensure that it's complete darkness all around, that there's no light going out of your home. In case you don't have a cloth, use a cardboard. Use this to cover your windows as well. So this is essentially a list of items that you should have. I'll run you through it again. A first aid kit, bottles of water, you've got a torch, you've got batteries, candles, non-perishables, you've got rice, atta, dal, all of that. You've got dry fruits, black cloth that could act as essentially a blackout curtain or a cardboard box, whichever you prefer to use. This is what you need in your home. We've broken it down for you as elaborately as we can. Besides this, ensure you have a go-to bag. What do I mean by that? All of these essentials and a bit more, like your documents, etc., cash, keep it in a bag, a getaway bag, a go-to bag that you can immediately strap on if you need to step out of your home. These are, mind you, emergency steps that you need to take only if the necessity arises. What we're breaking down for you is essentially to ensure you don't fall for all of the posts being put up on social media, which talks about a long list of what you need to stock up. And also remember, stockpiling right now will lead to shortage, chaos on the ground. So this is a list of the basics that you can keep in your home to ensure you're fully prepared. And with this, I can assure you, this is based on advisories from the government, so I can assure you that this is what you exactly need in your home. Now, I also spoke to Kiran Bedi, who served as the DG of Civil Defence. And remember, this is a mock drill of Civil Defence volunteers. Here are a couple of questions that I put forth to her based on what we saw on social media, frequently asked questions by viewers, by users of social media, and here's her response. With this drill scheduled for tomorrow, ma'am, there have been a number of questions that citizens have been putting out. And we kind of scanned through social media to pick up a few of these questions. We thought it would be useful for our viewers if we asked them of you and if you could tell them what really needs to be done in different circumstances. One of the questions that's frequently asked is, should I stock up on food and essentials right now? What do you think, ma'am?
No, not at all. That's not the need at all. When there's a need, I'm sure the government will alert you. I don't think you should do this at all.
Okay. Secondly, ma'am, what should I do if an air siren goes off? You know, these sounds are part of the drills. I think a lot of people are wondering when this kind of a siren is heard, or if, this siren goes off, what do we do? Do I move somewhere else? Do I stay put?
No, if you have any safe shelter place, go under some safe shelter. Come under some safe shelter. If there's an underground, if there's a basement in the building, go into the basement. Or if you have a parking or a shelter close by, go under some shelter. So come under some shelter.
And that's the next question that's repeatedly asked by viewers, by people on social media. In the absence of bunkers, India, of course, doesn't have bunkers. What do you define, ma'am, as a safe zone for people?
As I said, basements are bunkers. Basement is almost like a bunker because it's protected if it's high rise. But if there is any outhouse which is brick and mortar, it is like a bunker. It's safe. It's safer rather than the open ground. But if there's nothing, just lie on the ground flat, and so that you can something skims over rather than you getting hit. But that's a maximum you can do. In such a situation, we are vulnerable. But look for a safe, protected area which has brick and mortar, if possible.
Okay. The other question that, we've found often asked is about the blackout measures. And the question viewers constantly ask is, do I need to seal my windows? during a blackout. What do you think, ma'am?
Not seal, but cover your windows with black. But switch off all your lights. Even a candle should not be seen because even that will be visible from the top. That can be detected. So try and seal your, not seal, but cover all your glasses with black paper.
Black paper, I'm guessing cardboard, blackout curtains, any of that works.
That's right. Anything which darkens it, but try and minimize the go into the basement if you really need to see something, so that it's not visible from the top.
Okay, let's pull out our next.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, let's pull out our next FAQ. I think this has come largely from our urban audiences who ask, am I at a greater risk because I live in a metro city? If I live in Delhi, ma'am, does it mean I'm at a greater risk? Does it mean I should move out to a smaller town?
I think once, if the things worsen, then there is nothing called safe zone. If things worsen, there's nothing called safe zone. We are all at risk. And everybody's at risk. So is the enemy at risk. So are we at risk. Humanity is at risk. If such a war happens with the kind of technology we have today, I think God knows who is not at risk in one form or the other. That is why the whole world is suggesting caution. But the point is, we have to be prepared because we're being threatened to such a brutal way. It's threatening, but if we go to a war, then I am not sure who is not at risk. Everybody's at risk.
Okay, I think that's what you've done is essentially cleared the air for so many of our viewers on questions that they've been asking. You can count on us to get you all the live updates of the mock drill as it plays out tomorrow across the country. That's all we have time for in this edition of NewsTrack. Thanks very much for tuning in.